Hi, it's Dr. Saab, and today I'm going to show you the latest generation of Mercedes-Benz E-Class. This is the 2024 E220d AMGLine Premium Plus in Obsidian Black Metallic. Now in this video, I'm going to show you my thoughts on the design and features. I will be making a video on how to use the main features of this car, so please subscribe so you don't miss that. Big thank you to Lucas, Mercedes-Benz of Wolverhampton, for helping me make this video possible. So this is the E220d AMGLine Premium Plus in Obsidian Black Metallic. This car costs £70,050 from new. Straight away, this thing just looks like an S-Class. You can't really tell if this car is the E-Class or S-Class. And I think that is a really good compliment. It's nice for the E-Class to finally have that kind of recognition, because previous E-Class have always kind of looked like an E-Class, while the C-Class has always kind of looked like a baby S-Class. This, if you didn't know your cars, you'd think it's an S-Class. There's only little clues that it is the normal E-Class AMG line, and one of the clues is that grille. That's a very specific grille for the Mercedes E-Class, so that's quite nice to see. And then you've got power domes as well on the actual bonnet, so that gives a really sporty and aggressive look, so I love that. That's a generally nice feature for this particular car. Now you've got the Mercedes-Benz star here on the bonnet as well, that's finished in black. And then the actual grille itself, you've got the Mercedes stars in there, which is really nice. And I think if you go for the exclusive version of this particular car, then this part is actually an LED strip, and I think that looks absolutely epic. I'd love to see one in real life. I've only seen videos of that particular grille, but I'd love to see that in real life. So hopefully my local dealership gets their hands on a car that has that specification. Currently this is the only one they had on site today, so I got my chance to grab the keys and I'm doing this video. Now the LED headlights, this particular car's got the digital light. That's really nice to see. And it has 1.3 megapixels, which can do a special light display in front of you. Now I'd love to get my hands on one of these in the night, just to let you try and capture that if I can. That would be amazing. Again, I've only seen stuff from Mercedes-Benz, and it does look very impressive, so I do generally love that. Now let's go to the wheels, and this one has got the Michelin tires on there. And let's see, what size are they? Okay, I'm going to look upside down. 20 or 40 245. And then let's have a look at the rear. Again, Michelin. And these are the 275 35 R20. They look like they're exact same size, the wheels and the tires. So that's interesting. The actual design of the car is really classy. I like this specification with the chrome. I think that really works well, because you got the chrome door handles, the chrome at the bottom, and then the chrome around the windows. Gives the car a really classy look. With these wheels, with the black and the diamond cut wheels, looks epic, I think. I don't think I'd like the car with the gloss black finish, so I think you might be able to get one with a night package. So I'll gloss black all the chrome bits into gloss black. I prefer the chrome. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Now, one of my favorite features is while you're walking towards the car, as long as the key's in your pocket, the door handles pop out, and I love that. I generally love that. And then you got the Mercedes-Benz lettering just there. And it just gives the car a really classy look, and then you can get rid of them as well, I think, by swiping. Oh, I think you have to do that, sorry. There we go, that's got rid of them. So that's a really nice finish there. And then let's go to the rear. And again, got the chrome strip just there. That gives the car a really wide kind of stance. That's really nice. Very classy, very S-Class-esque. You don't usually get that on models like the C-Class, I don't think. And then The other bits that I really like is these Mercedes star in the actual lights. That is a nice kind of finish, and I've not seen that on any other models at the moment. Possibly the EQS might have that, I don't know. I haven't got my hands on one of those yet, so I'm not 100% sure. But it is really nice with that finish. You do have the fake tailpipes at the bottom, doesn't bother me too much. And then these rear diffuser aprons, that's got a very cool look to it. Now, rear wheel steering is an option, which means this car is great for turning circle. I think 12 meters instead of 11 when going slowly. Rear wheels will face the opposite way to be more maneuverable. At high speeds, it's also great for stability on the motorway. The rear wheels will face the same way as the front wheels. The rear wheels can rotate up to 4.5 degrees. Now, rear wheel steering is an option. I don't think we get it in the UK, but in other countries there will be an option. So that is very useful. Now, one thing I genuinely love is you'll notice you don't see a rear camera. Now, it actually pops out just there. So that protects the camera so it doesn't get dirty, unlike other manufacturers where sometimes it's exposed to the elements and then the camera gets dirty basically. So you always have to wipe it. This car does have a front-facing camera and I wish it did that, but you can't have everything, I guess. But there's a front-facing camera as well. And then you got cameras in the mirrors as well. So this car has got the 360 camera setup, so you can have a bird's eye view of this amazing car. Now let's check out the boot. So I'm just going to wave my leg just like that, and boom, we're in. Now boot size is the same as the previous E-Class with 540 litres of storage, which is really, really good, I think. Now, if you do go for the hybrid models, this actual lip here will become flat. Right now, it's a bit of a load in there. When you do go for the hybrid, yeah, you do get the flat load lip, but there's a reason why it's a flat load lip, because you're going to get less space, 370 litres. So that is one of the cons, you could say, of having the hybrid, but it's still a decent space with 370 litres, I think. I'd love to get my hands on the hybrid and really compare it. That'd be nice to see in person. And then we've got some storage under here. And you got your hooks here. And then you've got your carry hook there as well. You can fold the seats as well from here. Let's do that, actually. Let's check that out. Let's see what that looks like. You can see that's a decent amount of space in here. And then to put the seats back, all I'll do is that. There we go. Now I can do the same for the other side. Nice and easy. So it's a really good, practical car. You can get the estate in this particular model as well now. So that's good. If you want even more space, the E-Class estate is definitely an option to go for. And then you have got the option of closing the tailgate from here as well. Now I will show you how to use the tailgate in different ways in the next video. In this video, I'm just going to quickly just show you some of the key features that I really like. And it's just mainly an impression of the design, and straight away this feels nice. My hand's a bit wet, it's been raining, but that feels nice, soft. You got your leather here. I think that's like a man-made leather. It does feel nice. This is just a really nice place to be. Got soft leather everywhere. That's actually set in my driving position. Look how much space I've got. Now I am at 5'6", so that is incredible. Very impressive. And you know what? To sit in the back of this is really, really nice. Very, very comfortable. Genuinely love that. You can see headspace as well. I've got a good amount of headspace here. And you know what? It's just fabulous. I feel like I'm sat in an S-Class on the back of this. Really, really love that. And then you've got your vents here. your 4-zone climate control. So I've got temperature controls back here. You've got storage, plenty of it here. Your electric windows here. I think depending on what country you're from, you might have your heated seat functions here as well, I'm guessing. And yeah, it's really nice. You've got your courtesy light up here. Look, feels quality. And then this is nice to see. This is something I saw first time on the C-Class, and it's nice to see it on here as well. Just makes the car experience way better. You can actually put your phone in this as well, so that can hold that upright as well, which is nice. And you got your ISOFIX as well, top tether points, bottom, and yeah, really, really nice. Can't say anything negative about this car. It's really, really nice. Absolutely love it. I could happily sit in the back of this, especially if you go for the panoramic sunroof. It just brings in so much light. Makes the car feel special, I think. What do you guys think? In terms of space, it's definitely more spacious as well. The rear passenger space is great. The wheelbase has actually been extended by 2 centimeters. And what that means is, for rear passengers, they have 17mm leg space, and then 25mm extra elbow room as well. And you got 5mm of headspace extra as well. So that's really nice. Now let's start up this car. So push the brake, press the start switch. There we go, she started up. Now that screen is off. If someone sits there, then that screen will come on, and I'll show you that screen in a moment, to be fair. Let's show you the rest of this amazing car. Now, one of the favorite features of this particular car, you can start this car with your smartphone, and that is really cool, I think. Especially, you know, if you're out and about, you don't want to carry your keys, you can use your phone. The only question is, let me know in the comments, can you use it even when your phone battery's dead? I don't think you could. Maybe amazing if it can. Now, the driver display is absolutely fabulous. I feel this is bigger than your other Mercedes models, so that is really nice to see. Now, I genuinely love this driver display. It's fantastic. I think it's bigger than your other models like the C-Class, so that's really nice to see, to tell you the truth. I think it's like the S-Class screen. I think it's straight out of the S-Class, to tell you the truth. The driver display, it's great, and it even has a 3D option. Now, if I select that, let's see what that looks like. Oh, wow. Now, that's not going to pick up on screen, but you know what? That looks actually 3D. That's crazy. I generally love that. That's really, really cool. Definitely need to see that in person. I've just pressed that, and that was amazing. I love that. Now, this car is got the Superscreen in this particular car. So you can get one with a 14-inch screen, which goes just here, and that screen is perfectly fine. You get that same screen, I think, in the S-Class. So this is just another level where you've got screen there, and a screen there. That only activates when the passenger's sat there, and I will show you that a bit shortly, to be fair. Now, I think it's the Mercedes EQS that actually gets the hyper screen, so it's one big piece. Now, in this particular car, they didn't do that. They've gone for this kind of module effect, and I think it's because of the size of the car. It is a bit smaller than the S-Class. But to tell you the truth, I prefer it like this. Let me know in the comments, do you prefer it like this, or would you have preferred it as one piece? Now, the MBUX has really improved, and now, if you are the only person in the car, MBUX will actually listen to you and do your requests. So one of the things I miss is not having a clock in the car. But guess what? If I just ask the car, what's the time? What's the time? What's the time? It did listen to me last time. Sometimes. It did actually work last time, where I just sat in here and I was just asking the time, and he actually told me what the time was, but for some reason it's not telling me now. I think this is where you do need to be connected to Mercedes Me to actually get the full features of this car to work properly. Now, in this generation of MBUX, You don't need to actually say, "Hey Mercedes." What you can do, if you are alone in the car and you see this symbol inside your car, that means now you can just say prompts, and the car's basically listening to whatever you're saying, and if it thinks it's a prompt, it will action that. So if I say, "What's the time?" it will actually give me the time. Or if I say heated seats on, the heated seats would have come on. Now the car actually has a camera. Well, I think there's sensors that are actually monitoring what my eyes are doing. And if I do look at that screen, and let's say someone is using that screen will actually switch off. So
you need online voice control for this service. Please check your Mercedes Me settings.
So that is a very clever system. It's a very safety system. And the idea is you won't cause an accident then if someone's watching something on that particular screen. You also have a camera just up here. Now that is really cool. You can do selfies in the car. You can do Zoom meetings from this car as well. You've got Teams as well, I think. WebEx. You've got WebEx on here as well. And you can have the video meeting in here while the car's parked, or voice meetings while you're driving as well. Now you have actually got loads of apps, including routine app. So if I go to apps, that's not coming up on here, but let's see, you got loads and loads of apps. So this particular car, I don't know why, I think because Mercedes Me is totally disconnected. Once you do connect to your Mercedes Me, you'll be able to download loads and loads of apps. And I've seen apps where you can go onto YouTube, you can do TikTok, you can play games on here. This one's got the Vivaldi app, so you can actually browse the internet from here as well. But I think to get the full features for this car to work properly, you definitely need to be connected to Mercedes Me. And then I think you might be able to download an app called the Routines app. And it's a really clever app. You can actually set the car to do certain things at certain times or places. For example, if it gets colder than 18 degrees, then you can set it so that the heated seats come on.
I'm switching on the seat heating.
If it gets too hot, such as 24 degrees, then the ventilated seats will come on. You can do some really advanced stuff in this machine, and I absolutely love that. You'll notice the heated seats came on as well. I have just switched that off. So it is constantly listening to, usually most people when they drive the car, they don't talk to themselves. So hopefully those things don't happen often. But if you are speaking to someone on the phone, then chances are your heated seats won't come on. But
okay, I'll switch on the seat heating.
Heated seats off. Heated seats off.
Seat heating is turned off.
There we go, she's listening to me now. So you can do some really advanced stuff. So if you get at a certain speed, the sunroof you can set to close automatically, and much more cool stuff. Now I'd love to have one of these as a long-term car and test drive these features and do videos on how to use the Routines app. But to get this car and other cars for a more long-term, I need people that view these videos to subscribe. I get lots of views, but people don't subscribe. If you do subscribe, it'll actually give me the exposure I need to get my hands on cars like this for more long-term videos. Now this car has got the Dolby 4D atmospheric sound, which sounds absolutely amazing in this car. And that basically means this car's got 21 speakers, which sounds amazing. And the rear passengers have a special vibration.
Destination. Pardon, would you repeat that, please?
So I don't know if the driver's seat has it, but the rear passengers actually have a special vibration feeling in the seats. So they feel like the sound is going through their body. And on top of that, the ambient lights do actually flash, which is something called sound visualization. So if I actually show you what that looks like. If I go to lights, Go to edit settings, go to effects, go to edit settings, sound visualization, and you'll notice now the ambient lights will flash.
Function, you have to have on.
So that is a very cool feature, I think.
In order to use this service, you need online voice control.
This voice control is really annoying me. So
how may I help you?
I'm going
Can
to
you
switch
say
this
that
off.
again?
I'm going to switch off this. There we go. Hopefully now that doesn't disturb us anymore. Now this particular model doesn't have the massage seat, which I'm a bit gutted on because I do like using them while I'm doing the video. It just makes the car more comfortable, but the actual seats themselves are absolutely lovely. Very, very comfortable. The materials in this thing is fantastic. You got the soft leather finish, you got the kind of wood effect here, leather here, you got leather up here. It just feels fabulous. I really do love the finish on this particular car. You can get the gloss black trim here if you really want to. I wouldn't recommend it. I'd go for something like this, only because the gloss black can get a lot of dust on and it sometimes can scratch easily. So something like this is definitely a way more manageable feeling quality trim. That's what I would go for. And then you got some metal feel here, you got nice quality controls here as well. It just feels absolutely fabulous. I'd love to see this in the night as well with the ambient lights. I think it'd look absolutely epic. Now these vents as well, this is quite cool. You can control the vents just like that, like a normal car. But if I go into one of these switches, so what does it do? If I click menu, here we go. What I can do is I can adjust the fans. So this car's got the digital vents. So I can now press that. Look, the vents will automatically change position. I think that's absolutely cool. For some reason that one's not doing it. I'm sure it's supposed to be. That side is as well, but for some reason. I have to sync it, that's why. So if I sync it like this, now it should marry up, shouldn't it? Strange. You have to do it individually like that, I guess. Each of their own, I guess, but it's not that difficult to do. That's really clever, I think. What do you guys think? Now you've got this fabulous electric panoramic sunroof, so you can close the blind, you can open it, and the sunroof actually opens up fully as well, which is nice to see. So that is something that I generally love. Very, very nice. If you don't want that blind, you can get rid of it just like that, and you can close it by just swiping. Nice and easy. That is proper luxury. You can tilt it, open it as well if you need to. So you've got that option. If I press it just like that, that'll close it. So that is very cool. Now you can get the car with standard springs, but the Airmatic suspension is an extra option, and that makes this car feel like an S-Class. So it's definitely worth getting. I think this car's not got the Airmatic suspension, and I've given it a quick drive and it feels really nice. Obviously Airmatic suspension just gives it that real S-Class experience. Now this car doesn't have the driving assistance package, But if it did, it'll be able to monitor you and decide which lane you should go into. It can overtake, go into the right lane if the sat nav is active. So it'll go into the correct lane by itself. It'll even leave at the correct exit for you. How cool is that? Now, I haven't tested this, but you might find it a bit intrusive. So this should be able to be switched off quite easily as well if you don't like that, and you want to be in control. Now, in terms of drive, this car is very quiet and it just feels like luxury to drive. Engine power. So this car has got the 2-litre diesel with 204 horsepower with a mild hybrid drive with 23 horsepower, and it's mated to a 9-gear gearbox. Now, the brochure says the car can do between 54 and 58 mpg. You probably knock off about 10-20 miles and you'll get to a more realistic figure. 0 to 62 in 7.6 seconds, and this car's got a top speed of 148 miles per hour. Now, if you want more information, please find the brochure I used to find out the options on this car. You can find the link to that brochure that I used in the description below. It shows color options, extra features that you can purchase from factory, and more. So this is really cool. Now you've got this, which basically mirrors this screen. So if you do want the sat nav on here, you've got the sat nav on here. You've got the radio. Basically, some of the main apps that are on here, they display here. And you have got the option of downloading more stuff. Now, when you are connected to Mercedes Me, you'll be able to download games on here. You'll be able to download apps like TikTok. You got YouTube as well. And the great thing is you can actually watch these with your own headphones. So you can connect your own headphones to this car. So the driver can have whatever they want to listen to, and then the passenger can have whatever they want to listen to through their headphones, which I think is really, really clever. Very, very useful. And then you can skip tracks on here as well, and all of that good stuff. Now, something that Mercedes have done for safety is there's actually sensors built into that screen, and maybe the camera's watching you as well. But if your eyes face my screen where I'm sat in the passenger, and if I've got a video on, they won't be able to see it. It will switch off for them to see that. So the idea is the videos don't distract you while you're driving. So that is very, very clever. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? And I have a feeling that if the driver does glance at your video and it switches off, I think it will switch off for the passenger, but I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments. If you've got one of these, put in the comments, does the passenger screen switch off if the driver looks at it, especially when you've got a video on? Please subscribe, as it helps me and the channel grow and create even more content. Please like this video. Also comment if you have any suggestions or questions. Check out the E-Class playlist for more videos related to this car, including how to connect your phone to the car, how to use the auto park feature, or how to use the cruise control and speed limiter. Some of the videos in the playlist will be of other models, but the features should be similar, so hopefully it helps you out too. There is also a new Super Thanks feature. If you want to donate to the channel, then please feel free to use this feature, and any money raised from YouTube will be used to buy more equipment. Thanks for watching.